Oh, why am I so streaky? That's better.
That's better.
Now we're live. Hi, friends. We are live. Hello, Harry. How are you? Welcome.
Splendid.
Splendid. Splendiferous. Wunderbar. Willkommen. All the things.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dear Madam Adam, my friends. I'm in a new setting. Well, not a new setting, just a different setting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been in New York with my husband since last Thursday, right?
Wow. Time flies.
It's been like a week, right?
Yeah. Wait.
So
I flipped the calendar.
you did. But yeah, it's been like a week. We flew in so that my husband and I could go to Heidi Klum's Halloween party, which I will tell you guys, which I will tell you guys all about that in a future live. And then we saw some shows. We saw Cabaret, we saw Death Becomes Her, we saw The Outsiders, all really, really awesome shows, and have been hanging out with this one and his husband all week. So
Yes.
It's been a good time. We went to the New Jersey Para Unity Expo this weekend and had a great time.
Yes.
I think I had a good time.
It was a great time, and it was high school flashbacks. It was
Yes.
in a high school
It was at
gymnasium.
Woodbridge High. Yes, ma'am. It was at Woodbridge High, and we it was a little triggering in some ways. We were in the gymnasium, and to be real, I didn't expect much, and I was really pleasantly surprised at how the event was set up, and they used the classrooms for some exhibits and things, and
Right?
Yeah.
What was it? The embalming inside
Yes.
like a science classroom or something like that.
They had a whole mortuary exhibit in like a science classroom, which was very appropriate. A Ouija board room, which made your head hurt. So that
made
was
my
fun.
head hurt. I felt like somebody had me by my head, just squeezing the entire time while I was
Oh
in
my
there.
God. Yes, Kev, life happens. Don't worry. I will be back next year for sure, I think, because it was so much fun and we had such a good time. But yeah, we did that. That wrapped up today. And then we just packed up the car and came back here. So I am hanging out at Tyler's apartment. We're staying the night here, and then we fly home tomorrow. So yeah. So I thought, let's do Dear Madam Adam and have a second reader, so it's not just me yelling at your asses, and another opinion on some things. Because even though, like I always say, tarot is a language, and everyone has a different accent on that language. And Tyler's learned tarot in his own way, and also a little bit from me. So we speak a similar language, or in the same way. So yes. So welcome everyone joining. Great to have you, Donna from Houston, Texas. Greetings from Mexico. Thank you so much. Yes. I hope you all watched the Heidi Klum live I got to do with her and read her tarot. That was really fun. But yeah, make sure if you are not following Tyler that you fix that during this live. T-Man Tarot.
Double N.
Double N. Yeah. It'll be lovely. So during this live, the text is open. If you would like to text in a question, you are more than welcome to do so. This is a free reading live. I have some emails for us to answer. But if you would like to text in, I had the number in the description, I think. I don't know how we see it from here, but I do believe it's in the description. No, that's not helpful. I can look it up while we're doing this. But yeah. Yes, you should definitely follow Tyler. If you're not, you're honestly an asshole.
On YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok as well. All three platforms.
Perfect. It is in the description. Fantastic. Yes. So you can text in to 352-346-9972. You can text in a question for us if you would like while we answer some emails, and then maybe we'll take a call. We'll see. Some people get nervous about the phone numbers. Some people get nervous. So I don't know. If you want to text, you're more than welcome.
Also, so I live in New York City, obviously. We're going to get a buzzer because we're getting some Levain cookies delivered. So gonna have to answer the door.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
If you're like, what's that buzzing noise?
There's two of us. It's fine. Yeah. Anything else? You got to plug anything?
BroadwayCon, my convention. I'll be at BroadwayCon February 7th, 8th, and 9th.
February?
They decided to change it from a summer con to a winter con, hopefully to get more attendees.
Mhm.
So it's Broadway Con here in New York City at the Marriott Midtown.
Cute.
February 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Fab.
Since, my background is musical theater.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm. And this is your second one, right?
yes, this will be my second one.
Second Broadway Con. Very fucking cool.
Yeah.
The next thing I have on my calendar is in April, I think. I'll be in Roanoke, Virginia at Screamiverse. So Roanoke. I don't think I have anything planned between now and then. So just regular content and lives and things, unless another large company wants to have me out to do some things. So we'll see what happens.
Also, your daughter over here is
oh yes, my sweet baby girl that I bought today.
Just staring at me.
She loves you.
Yes,
she loves everybody. Who doesn't love a creepy doll? This is my little girl. And she's growing plants out of her head is a planter. I got this at the New Jersey Perry-Muni Expo. So I've named her Chapel Grown. I hope you all enjoy it. Pink Pony Club. So yeah.
And if she moves in the middle of the night in my apartment, I don't know what's gonna happen to her. She's gonna have to go into timeout in the car.
Oh my God. We'll just leave her outside. It'll be fine. All right, let's see here. We do have a few emails to answer, so let's go ahead and get started. See, I love creepy dolls too, but I like creepy shit, so that's just me.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I know. All right, so this one says, "Hi, Madam Adam, how you doing? And wish you safe travels. Thank you. This must have been before my trip, so we love that. Thank you kindly. Just wanted to know I just wanted to know that why I do attract cats so much, and why do random people, including family I'm not familiar with, start washing their dirty linen in front of me right after a few minutes of our conversation? I've always thought about this. If you could help me understand this, thank you." That's fun. Why do people? Okay, why do?
That's giving this weekend and all of us just being, but what does it mean?
What does it mean? Yes. No. So why do you attract cats so much? Well, I mean, cats do have a lot of ancient Egyptian spirituality attached to them. There's a lot of witch symbolism with cats. So it could be, spirit guide energy. It could be message of some kind.
Are you walking around with a can of tuna?
Right. You got kitty litter, you got catnip in your pocket, or something that you're not telling people about. But no, I think it could just be that you are, pussy power, period. It could literally just be that you are, that you just bear good energy and animals feel safe and comfy around you. If family that you're not familiar with start washing their dirty linen in front of me after a few minutes of conversation, I'm assuming that means metaphorically, right? Like washing their dirty laundry out in front of you, like they start venting about their bullshit. Because I'm assuming they're not just starting to do laundry.
I took it like
you took it literally.
Face value.
I took it metaphorically.
Right? So could it be like what's the thing with like the brooms? Like if you want people to leave, you like turn it over or something, like you flip it upside down or something.
Or you start sweeping.
Or you start sweeping, like. Is that their way to like wash you out of their house? Maybe
it's the good old, start cleaning up is the sign to leave, but washing their dirty linen in front of me right after a few minutes of our conversation. Maybe like after your conversation with them, they start talking shit about you. Is that what we mean?
This is open up for interpretation. Like there's so many ways you can go because
the chat isn't helping. So we're just going to have to pull cards about it and see what the fuck we get. So do you want to go first?
Should we start with the cat?
Sure. Well, I was going to go look for the Queen of Wands in my deck and just see what comes up for that if you want to do the dirty laundry.
The Hangman.
Catherine took, there you go. Yes.
Hangman.
Bury that. Yes. Catherine took the dirty laundry metaphor. Yes. Okay, cool. So I'm not insane. Yes, the Queen of Wands has a cute little kitty in front of her. So I thought that I would go look for that in the deck and see what comes before and after as kind of a symbology of meaning for that. What deck are you using, by the way?
I'm using Ernberg tarot deck.
Ernberg term.
Yep.
Nice.
Very Bert Herblinger.
Bert Herblinger.
Which I like about this one because it's like It's a close-up perspective, and I figured because we're doing
so it's
emails,
like a zoomed in kind of vibe.
10
That's
of 1,
cute.
like, so like why are we looking at this, trying to like go through like emails?
And I have a classic Rider Waite, but it's vintage style. So it's kind of like I have the zoom out and you have the close up.
Yeah.
That's fun. All right, I'm gonna go look for. Okay, Google said Emily. Google said washing your dirty linens in public means to talk about unpleasant or personal matters in front of other people. Yeah, so airing your dirty laundry. But it was the washing their dirty linens in front of me right after a conversation. So it's like, to me, they're talking shit about the things you just talked about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gathering. But if you want to pull cards about why they suddenly decide to do laundry, that's totally fine.
We can do both.
Oh my God. Research assistant reporting for duty. Pain and panic. All right. Queen of Wands. Let me see what I got. Come on, girl. She's gonna be like towards the back one.
Always.
When I'm looking for it, it's never like easy access. Queen of Wands. This is also a thing and I teach this, but I recommend people try, is when you have like, if you're familiar with tarot and you know it a bit, you're familiar with the imagery, then you should be able to kind of go and look for a card instead of waiting for it to come from the top. You don't have to wait for it to come from the top, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah, but she was towards the top naturally.
And I switched to look for 2 of Cups because we're focusing on your conversations with other people. So why is it funky?
For the laundry bit.
For the laundry bit.
Got it. Okay, so Queen of Wands for this person, Kieran, I think is what it was. Queen of Wands, right? We talked about this a second ago. That's what I went looking for. Why? Because it has the cute little black cat in the front, which often symbolizes your spirit guides, deities, spirit looking out for you. So Page of Cups energy is a part of that as well. That it's a sign that it's an intuitive message that you should be trusting yourself spiritually, trusting your emotional self. They're like, hey girl, we see you, same, you're spiritual. But specifically, maybe they're warning you of deceptions. Maybe they're warning you of fuckery around you, or you taking things too seriously, but they're trying to warn you from deceptive energy, basically. So they're on your side, it seems. You're drawn to cats as like spiritual messengers, it seems, or they're drawn to you, rather, is what I mean.
I would love to know if this individual sees cats before conversations, right? Like, is a cat your sign, your protector? You're like, when do you see them?
Yeah.
Because why is this tied together?
Yeah, facts. They said they're just 2 things that are always been on their mind, so they must correlate in some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I have for the cat thing.
Which is really funny too, right? We went looking for cats. Yeah. I shifted to the 2 of Cups based on the conversation. And in this deck, the 2 of Cups, they focus on a lion in the background.
Which in the Rider Waite deck is like, it's a lion with wings above the conversation, and you kind of don't really notice it.
Yeah. And it focuses in on this conversation is about strength. So maybe these people, and the first card before it was the King of Cups. So like, you're in charge of your emotions here, but you're also like a leader in this. So maybe these people feel comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to, I don't think they're trying to one up you, right?
No.
I think it's like they feel comfortable to air their dirty laundry in front of you. They feel that they can find confidence, comfort emotionally. I like to think of the King of Cups as like, even though he's a ruler, he's like a big softy teddy bear situation. Yeah. I think if you flip your perspective of how it's going on, just thinking the sun is here. So it's joy, optimism. Maybe you're helping them bring to light things that they need to work on.
Maybe they're comfortable around you.
Yeah, it's a comfortable thing.
I mean, if it's shit talking though, I mean, that King of Cups also, I was thinking maybe it's like they trust you to have a loud reaction, or they trust you to be able to speak comfortably emotionally about things. It's like, if you ask me my opinion, bitch, I'm not going to mince words, and I'm going to be very fucking honest with you. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone turned around and said, well, Adam said blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised, just because it would be fascinating conversation and all the heinous things that I say. But it doesn't look, and none of that looks negative.
None of it looks negative. Yeah, that's the thing. That, like, I think these conversations and coming together is just their way of bonding with you.
Yeah. I mean, but again, if it is negative in some way, you don't need to take it personally.
Yeah.
It says nothing bad about you. It says bad things about them. So you're fine with that.
Yeah.
At
It's
least I think
context
so.
and like, can you read the sentence
Safe
again?
space.
Safe space. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that I'm like, what is it?
Yeah.
Like,
why do I attract cats so much? And why do random people, including family I'm not familiar with, starts washing their dirty linen in front of me right after a few minutes of conversation? I've always thought about this. If you could help me understand this. Yeah. I think both of them are just signs that you're a magnet.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's just signs that you're a magnet. Bitch. I mean, think about this, right? Like, we read tarot for a living. People don't come to us for wine and roses.
No.
They come to us because if I trafficked in secrets, like, I wouldn't need to work.
Yeah.
You know? So people feel comfortable airing their dirty laundry, and they pay me to air out their dirty laundry. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah. But I don't see anything negative about that. And the cat thing is kind of just like a spiritual guidance thing to ward you from protection. Yeah, they're your friends. Cats are your friends. Love that.
Tower moment.
So if you're that uncomfortable with the way that these people treat you socially, we need to do something about that.
I also had a perspective, and I want to see if you resonate with this aspect of the tower. Because during my live, right, I had the tower. Yes, it's abrasive. Yes, you feel like the rug is pulled out from underneath you.
Yeah.
But is it also? I had this kind of epiphany to it that it's the removing of the blinders, so you can actually see either like where the problems are, what's wrong. Like, you got so tunnel vision.
Yeah.
So like, you're so fixated on this negative aspect, but you're not seeing the joy, the happiness that you actually might be bringing the person by just sitting there and like being an ear for them to listen to.
Period.
I don't know.
See? That's why there's two of us. That's why there's two. Perfection. Well, very nice.
I love that.
Well, I hope that helps. Moving on.
And if they really are starting to wash their dirty laundry in front of you, tell them to cut it out, not the time or the place.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Karina is back in my email, a regular client of mine. So welcome, Karina. Good to see you, my friend. It says, Dear Madam, this is my first time writing in. Exciting. Yay. First of all, thank you so much for all your work. It's changed my life more than I could ever explain. I appreciate you. I'm writing in for some advice or words of encouragement. As you probably know from our private sessions, I have a voice different to normal people, a bit hindered and childlike, for lack of better explanation. This is because of an illness. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Karina does have her voice is a bit more high pitched and it is a bit childlike. So,
okay.
Yeah.
But like, people made a thing out of it. What was that girl on American Idol? She had like a really high squeaky voice, but then she had this beautiful like bari tenor singing voice.
Yes.
Like,
so she says this is because of an illness. The thing is, I want a big business, maybe as big as Madam, but for that you need to show up on others' podcasts, and of course clients who are serious and want to have a sort of discovery call and to get to know you. And no matter how I try to engineer it, my intuition keeps bringing forth the desire to have a coaching business. Of course, one-on-one is required for that kind of thing. So for both of those things, showing up on others' podcasts or having someone pay me and then not being able to understand me makes me feel really self-conscious and scared. Then I think back to all the instances where I've interacted with others in a way that they hear my voice, and that's never happened. Although I can tell sometimes someone else may struggle to understand me, it's never been a deal breaker for any endeavors. What can I do about this? It's only about feeling the fear and doing it anyway, because I hate the feeling that I'm holding myself back over being self-conscious about something I'm in full control over, whether I let it bother me or not. Thank you so much. Yes. So Karina, super self-aware. All of this, you're aware that it's up to you to get out of your own way and the subconscious and your the way it makes you feel self-conscious and stuff like that. My only advice, I've spoken to you personally, and I have never had a problem understanding you. And for what it's worth, I speak at a mile a fucking minute, and I talk fast, and I try to be as clear as I can as I speak quickly. But in our private sessions, the way you speak, and you speak clearly, but you do speak a bit slower to get your point across and to make sure that your words are clear and everything. And it forces me to slow down as well. So I don't have an issue, babe. And I think that if you, and I'm just speaking from my experience with you, but I think that if you just, have the confidence to know that you're going to say what you need to say and you can slow down, you're allowed to slow down. It doesn't have to be on any one certain pace. People have told me to speed up. They've told me to slow down. So you just have to, if I've taught any of you anything, it should be, especially about business, it should be that authenticity is the thing that people are looking for. So
use your breath to your power.
Yeah.
Right? Like coming from a theater background and listening to all that, like first off, sitting on the other side of the casting table, I want to hear different voices.
Mhm.
Right? So like you're worried about doing podcasts and things like that. I want to hear your voice.
Mhm.
Also, too, I'm looking at it as take up the space, because maybe there is somebody out there who is probably going through the same thing that you are going through, but you can be that face for them, saying, if Karina can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
Right? It's that energy of being, and I know that it's scary to be the one putting yourself out there to deal with all of that, but you can have more of an impact for others by being the one to get out there and use your voice for that thing.
Yeah. Once you have conversations that just kind of feel natural and just genuine for you, you loosen up, you loosen up and you can just the natural rise and fall of your voice. But no, I understand where you're coming from, and I get the fear of it and the self-doubt that's involved, but
My mom is in the chat.
Hi,
she
Mom.
found it. She figured it out. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. So yeah, no, cards. Let's see, Karina. Boundaries, community, money. Very nice. So yeah, is this boundaries, or is this you like limiting yourself, by you being overly protective of yourself here? You know what I mean? 6 of Wands, community and money that follows. I can't really think of any other way to put it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like-minded people, it's not going to matter the way you sound. And I understand like being on podcasts and stuff like that is, a part of it. They're not going to see your face. They're going to hear your voice and all of that. But, if people they're not there just for your voice. They're there for the content of it all as well, So 10 of Pentacles energy, follow the money, babe. It looks abundant to me. There's something there for you, and maybe because your voice is fucking unique.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have anything you want to pull?
I was thinking of finding the Queen of Swords, right?
Queen of Swords or Ace of Swords?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I was thinking of a sword. Like, I was thinking,
how do we like cut it open and like spit it out? So I'm thinking maybe the Ace. But whatever you think, it's your deck, not mine. You're the fucking reader.
Let's see what comes up first.
And welcome if anybody is just joining. Or almost Page of Swords, Emily says.
Page, I think, came up in the first.
Yeah, because it's the changing of the narrative as well. Someone studies. Someone takes class.
That was Page of Pentacles.
Oh, Page of Pentacles.
Page of Pentacles.
Page of Pentacles.
Well, Ace of Swords was first.
Oh, was it?
Yep. And card before it is Perspective.
Ooh.
Hangman. So you're binding yourself right now in this kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that is actually a wand. So we're going to run with it. Page of Wands, because that's what I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
But 4 of Pentacles.
Nice. I love that. Page of Wands instead. That's fun.
Yeah.
And like
Dyslexia.
This is a weight that we're like holding,
Yeah, because it's
this deck is fun.
A ball and chain. You can watch a tarot deck review on my YouTube channel.
Blam.
Yeah, it's also very much like 2 feet on either side.
Yeah.
Right? But you're restricting your own creativity through this. Right? You're tying yourself down between what people might think and not giving them a chance to walk a mile in your shoes. but also too, you're afraid of going after the money where it is because you're trying to protect yourself. But if you let go of all of that, you'll probably be able to run free and actually enjoy whatever you're going through and going towards.
This, I think, is wild.
That there's 2 feet on either side of the...
But just like the binding of the feet, that they're both like feet that are shackled or bound or limited in some way.
Yeah.
But I also like, we don't know what's on the rest of the card because they're zoomed so far in. So maybe you're fully within capability of removing all of that yourself.
Yeah. And this deck, I mean, it is all zoomed in. That's the whole
This one in particular, I think, is really loud.
Yeah.
For what we're talking about. So.
And it's not even, yes, it can be tangible, but like my whole thing and what I love about a pentacle is that it's the combination of who you are. Your earth, air, fire, water, spirit. You're letting those aspects that you're scared of keep you from moving forward, running free, going after what you want. Right?
Yeah. I also wonder if that's like, because the pentacle holding you down, like there's not 4 of them. There's only one on the card that we can see.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, oh, the fear of, because I mean, honestly, like for like to take the email for what it's worth, you compared yourself to me. So, and it's like this image of success that we're holding ourselves to, perhaps, you know, big business, maybe as big as Madam Adam. Girl, it ain't that big. Like, I don't know what you think, but I'm a 1, 2, 3 person operation now. It's slowly growing, but maybe this is you being bound to what an idea of success that isn't real for you. You know what I mean? You do different shit than I do. So comparison, we need to focus on your passionate self. You know what I mean? So I love that.
Yeah.
I love that image. That's fun. What did I get? I'm like, what the fuck? No, yeah. There's money to be made in the uniqueness of your voice and a community for you.
It's interesting that it's wands and pentacles.
Yeah.
2 through the whole spread.
Yeah. Mine and yours. Wands and pentacles. So your passion should supersede any weirdness, you know? So, yeah. Chris, she had an annoying voice and wouldn't be able to do anything. And she's wildly successful voice actor, performer because of her unique voice. 2 words, Jennifer Tilly. Come on. You know, weird voiced people. Right? There's like, and that's like a thing with vocalists too.
Yeah.
You know, I want the weird voice. Like fucking
Jennifer Samard in Death Becomes Her.
Little Shop. Who's the original Audrey?
Oh my God.
That voice.
Yes. Ellen Page.
Ellen Page. Come on.
Oh,
you know
and I'm tired. That
weird, weird fucking voices is the tea, sis.
Yeah.
Like, weird voices. That's
that
what it
girl
is.
from American Idol who was just there. Like,
right. Even Kristen Chenoweth has a weird ass voice. Yes. All right. So I hope that helps. Let's see here. This one is fun. Okay. This person must be a new follower. So someone wrote, how can I find out who has a voodoo doll of me? And how can I unmagic the doll? Unmagic is a great. Yeah. Get rid of this spell that is casted on me. Okay. So here's my thing with this one. here's my thing with this one. What movie are you watching? First of all, they said, "Oh my, yeah. Yes." Oh my. What movie are you watching exactly? And have you encountered a voodoo priestess nowadays? It's like, you ever seen the movie Thinner? You ever seen Thinner? No, it's an older 90s freak thing. It's fun, but basically, a gypsy woman. Very overweight businessman, right? Hits a woman with a car. The woman happens to be a psychic and a voodoo queen and shit like that. And she puts a curse on the man. And all she does is goes thinner. That's all she does to him. She touches his face and says the word thinner. And not slowly, very quickly, over the next like 2 weeks, he loses a shit ton of weight and gets like emaciated and blah, 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 blah. So this guy doesn't go to a tarot reader on a live and go, who's the one he knows. You know what I mean? He knows who the fuck did it. So if you really think there's some kind of curse on you, you have to have some kind of semblance of something that you did wrong. Okay. Something that you might have done to somebody or something that it is the Stephen King story. Thank you, Trey. I watched it like last month or so because I was like, I remember seeing the trailer for this on the VHS of Seven, that Brad Pitt movie. Anyway, you don't know. Yeah.
Not a movie girl.
You don't know.
Sorry, musical theater.
And
my
especially
entire
not
life.
scary movies.
No.
Like two very different realms of existence here. Elphaba, Glinda. But no, if you are really cursed, then you should know why and say and know that it's because you did something heinous or you encountered someone and did something to them, but it's not going to be out of fucking nowhere. No one gives enough fuck about you to sabotage you on purpose. No one gives enough fuck about you to go, oh, you, DeAndre, you are cursed and the voodoo doll and blah, blah, blah. Often what I find with this is that this is what we call spiritual bypassing. Looking for solutions in spirit that is really just you having accountability over your own actions. You're not cursed in any way, shape, or form. You just want a reason for why all of this bad shit keeps happening to you. So yeah, I highly doubt that someone has a voodoo doll of you unless you've been to New Orleans recently. And, I don't know.
Don't they need something of you?
They need something of yours. They need something off your person. So, you know what I mean? Like that's... Yeah, no, I get it. People these days are crazy, but to honestly think that like your coworker Carol is cursing you,
God
like
damn it, Carol.
is ridiculous. But it's ridiculous because like it takes a certain skill set and knowledge that I highly doubt that your friend who's obsessed with TikTok trends knows how to fucking do that. Do you know what I mean?
Also, I think this person thinks very highly of themselves if they think somebody made a voodoo doll of them.
I didn't say that one. He did. So
sorry, not sorry.
That's tea, sis. So I'm just, yeah. A lot of, there's a curse on it. There's a curse on me, blah, 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 is a lot of lack of awareness and accountability of your own choices and actions. Also, stop compounding things,
But also putting that out into stop putting that out into the universe.
It's like giving victim.
You're like, you putting it out in the universe is just like, oh, bad luck's happening to me, so bad luck is going to keep happening to me. Like, you're looking for it. Don't go looking for problems when they're 8.
No, it's giving victim. It's giving like maybe your friend group isn't happy with you right now or something, but I don't know. I don't have any negatives around you right now that you just need to, practice a more even exchange of energy. So yeah, you're manifesting people disliking you. Right. It's maybe easier for you to blame the universe or a curse or whatever for you not getting something that you want instead of you owning the fact that maybe it's just not possible for you right now or it's just not in the cards, literally.
Yeah, that's
fun.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, this idea of like you just have to walk your walk, right? But you're 6 of Swords, what you take with you, but also too, like, it's 2 people. So like, why is it so up close and thinking about your choices and not putting things out into the energy and like what you're taking with you and like,
giving people too much power over you.
Yeah. 4 of Cups, right? It's a close up of the hand giving a cup to somebody and
Yup. So yeah, that's fun. We're going to move on from that one because there's also no fortune telling in tarot and there's no yes or no's and all that kind of thing. So get rid of the spell that's casted on me. There's no spell cast on you, babe. Relax.
You're casting it on yourself.
You literally are. All right. Heather C just wants to know what they need to know right now.
Oh, good general.
Yeah. Michelle K, 5 Pentacles, 7 Cups, and the Hierophant. What's the reading say? Why do you have cards if you don't know what they say? Why are you pulling cards if you don't know what they mean? And we also don't know what spread you're using, honey. You can't just pull cards and go, what does this say? We have to know what spread you're using. Are you using past, present, future, mind, body, soul? What, why, how? Like, you have to be able to divine your own readings. Like, maybe you don't need tarot cards then. Do you know what I mean? But we're pulling for people that have emailed, so bear with. We might go to the chat in a little bit. So, Heather C. What do we need to know? I'm still learning. We're all learning, babe. But that's the thing, is that like you're asking me to tell you what that means instead of you discovering it for yourself. So. Trust me, I felt the worst I've ever felt this year, ever. And I asked, why is this happening to me? But sometimes, yeah, just got to change the direction. Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Why is this happening to you? You did this to yourself in some way, shape, or form. You have to accept that. The Devil card is the gatekeeper of all spiritual practice. In order for you to be self-aware, in order for you to enlighten yourself in any way, shape, or form, you have to be aware and mindful of your limits and your isms and your own addictive tendencies and shit that can veer you off your path, and your if you can get lazy on shit or whatever. You have to be honest about the things that are blocked, that block you from enlightenment. Let's see. I'm worried my readings are just biased because it's mine, but yeah, I get it. Right. So you have to learn to read for yourself before you go read for other people. To get over your bias, talk to yourself in third person like you would talk to anybody else. Okay. What do you got for Heather?
Heather, so you're not alone right now. 5 of Pentacles.
We're going through some things.
Yeah, we're going through some things. A little stubbed toe energy, which like
he's literally stubbed his toe.
Stubbed toe. I love this because I don't know whether he's coming or going to. I like to think he's going to. Right?
It could be stubbed going forward, like he's stubbed on the caption.
Yeah.
Or it could be a toe stepping. But that's interesting. It is kind of hard to tell.
Right? It's hard to tell.
I can't tell.
But I like to think everyone is always moving towards help instead of away from it when they need it. So like you're going towards the help, even though right now you feel like you're lost, you're not. Whatever you're going through, try to find the signs that other people have been there too, right? Make sure that like there's probably breadcrumbs that you're not seeing right now, but there's other help that's available to you. I also love that there's all movement too, because I found the world is in the middle. So stepping through the wreath, stepping through the new chapter, stepping through, you're not done yet, but you're on the precipice of it. So you just have to make sure that you kind of tie your ribbon on this little package of whatever we're going through so you can like move on, which is great tie-in because you have the 8 of Cups. Move on.
Period.
You're ready to let some stuff go. And the emotional aspect that is here, sometimes it's hard to leave the things behind that you love the most, but you probably have spent way too much time, energy, money, resources into this, and it's no longer serving you. And it's actually a strength for you to leave it behind.
Mm-hmm.
You can always come back to it. But
I mean, it is a wheel. It is a cycle.
Yeah, but now's the time to walk away.
Cute. I like it.
Yeah.
Very good. I had nothing to add. Hang on. I wanted to go back really. Somebody. Donna Williams, you said something like my grandmother something. What did you say?
Grandmother sends her wishes at the very beginning.
Is that what you said? Do you know my grandmother or something? Because if you don't and you're like trying to channel and offer people readings, that's not really appropriate during our live. Yes, send her love. I just say, because my grandmother is very much alive. So I was very confused at that. People have like tried to offer me readings while I'm reading others. And like, this is not the place for that. So that's why I was checking. But yeah, my grandmother's very alive. So she's not dead at all. If you were channeling something, or because you also said something like, Taran, you have a female warrior, strong spirit. I'm not sure if you're, trying to give messages to others, but that's kind of just, it's a little inappropriate while we're trying to give reads to people. So, yes. You're very welcome. 70 Degrees of Wisdom is amazing. Yes, I'm glad you're reading it. I just started rereading it again. But yeah, it is a good one. What are you reading? You're reading something.
Not the Light Seers Tarot. Star Tarot is what it is. Yeah.
That's the book you're reading?
that's one of them that I'm like trying to see.
There was one you were reading in the hotel room.
That was it.
Oh, was that it? Okay.
That was the book for it. And I was having such a problem with it. I was literally trying to force myself into reading it. So
that's probably, not fun. Sometimes they read like stereo instructions, like Book of the Dead energy.
Yeah, I mean, but it was like we talked about it, and it's 2 pages, 6 paragraphs saying the same things over and over and over again.
Like this person just word vomited.
It's like
nonsense.
redundant, right?
Oh,
I was trying to,
like, we get it. You're smart.
Yeah, and then they were diving into like all the little symbolisms that are on there, and I was like, there's a butterfly and an alligator and a crystal and an 8-pointed star, and I'm like on the Fool, and I'm like, oh my god. And I was trying to read it.
And where are these images coming from? They're ones they just made the fuck up, right?
I think it's a mix of a Thoth deck and a Rider-Waite-Smith. So
was it AI written? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe,
we'll have to check that publication on it. Because if it was pretty current, that could be a thing.
I think it's a Llewellyn publishing.
Let's see. Vera Vox said, that reminds me, Tyler, just ordered your recommended The Artist's Way. Excited. Started some morning pages after reading about it.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Yay. Yay.
Love the morning pages. The Artist's Way is great if you are a creative person trying to unblock yourself.
Yes. Trey recommends it as well.
Yay.
Excellent. Yeah. Tyler's spin on tarot is definitely different than mine. So, I think multiple perspectives. Like a lot of people tell me that I'm like the only reader they trust online and blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate that as a sentiment of like sussing out bullshit. But there are genuine readers that know what they're doing.
I had somebody
have a different spin.
I saw somebody. So one of the people I read at Broadway Con, she's a regular at 6. And that was in July that I read her, and she came back in through the theater and like in front of the crowd of people who were like trying to buy merch, like shouted at me being like, oh my God, the reading you gave me is still resonating. So like, I was like, thanks for the plug in the middle of my job. But like,
how many pins do you want?
Yeah. How many pins do you want?
Which t-shirt size?
She has all of them already.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
Of course she does. Maybe for their book, they were paid for word. Yeah, it's paid by the word. Probably.
But it's a chunky book.
Yes. I mean, we've read books in book club that I literally tossed behind me because it was fucking stupid. I've been to spiritual conventions, spiritual expos with other readers, sharing their books, and some of the things that come out of their mouths, I'm like, you published this? And they have multiple and fans. And I'm like, okay, like some of us, we really don't need to worry that much about the shit we put out. Like if you spend enough time looking around at the things people are very comfortable saying out loud, you really shouldn't worry that much about you.
Well, I was forcing myself to read into the book because I'm wanting to start a tarot deck book club where we like go through and like break down the card while reading the book. And I was like, well, let's start with one that has like a juicy book. And then I was like, no, get it out.
See, that's why I do deck reviews. And when I have decks on my table, I'm like, you can open that and look through it. And they're like, oh shit, really? Because you can't. You have to buy the deck to see the cards. Well, let me review it for you and show you what it looks like.
You're welcome for that inspiration,
right?
By the way.
Period. Honestly. All right. So this one is from Mandy. And it says, hi, Madam Adam. I've been reading tarot for most of my life. I have this calling to start reading professionally. What advice do you have for someone just starting out?
Go.
And go. Get a returns and exchanges policy.
Yes.
First and foremost, protect yourself as much as you can for your business. Remember that it is a business and you do need to protect it. So have a kind of, a no-show policy or a cancellation policy, and get paid up front. You get paid first, not after. You don't let people decide, well, I'll pay you to, it's not, tips are one thing, but you're not going to get to decide, based on how much you resonate or how good I was, whether or not, you pay a certain amount. So get paid up front. The Capricorn is loud right now. And get paid up front.
Yes.
And, protect yourself. Make sure that you have like a no-show policy. you know, because that's one thing that I had to worry about for a while is people I had clients that were on my books for like 4 months because they would keep pushing it and rescheduling it and rescheduling it. And every time they had like an issue and they were like, well, can you just keep my money? And then whenever I'm ready, I'll let you know. And I'm like, I'm not at your beck and call. Like, I have business hours. I might be on vacation. I might be flying to LA for a fucking gig for all I know. So you got to get me when you get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes my cameos expire because I get busy, you know, but you need business hours as well, you know? And as far as like advertising yourself online, just share what you know with people and your version of it. It's not a secret anymore that all of my content is me reading myself in third person so that I remove my bias and I don't feel the pressure to try to connect with everyone else. I'm letting everyone else connect with me. So it just makes it easier for me in my head. But that's the top things I can think of that I wish someone would have fucking told me when I started. Get paid up front, have like a cancellation policy or a reschedule policy. You can reschedule with me up to like the day of. And to be real with you, I'm super fucking lenient. And if you message me and you're like, I'm not going to make it, I reschedule it for you anyway. Because I'm not an asshole. But at the same time, you do need to get paid up front for your shit. So
when I was starting out, right, I didn't know like from listening to your podcast that you were talking about all this stuff with the cancellation policy. Listen, I also run by the motto that great artists steal, good artists borrow.
Mm-hmm.
I took your cancellation policy right off your page because if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Period. It works.
But I also get yourself a website, right? Like get yourself a website so that people can find a landing page for you.
Or even what's the link thing? A link
tree?
Link tree.
Yeah. But get yourself some sort of link tree to where they can find you.
Don't do fucking Cash App and stuff like that. Don't have people Venmo, Cash App you. No, you need like a legitimate like checkout system. So I use Square for everything. And Square has a website.
And I use Wix, and Wix has their own processing and it's great. And
you can build your website through them, right?
And you can build your website and you can actually if you're not ready for processing payments yet, you can make a free website through Wix.
Mm-hmm.
You'll just have that like wix.com/whatever your username is.
See, options.
Right. My website, I started it. One of the requirements to graduate from as a senior in the acting program is you had to have a website. And so tylermacomb.com is my website that I have had since my senior year of college because my professor made me get one. And it's gone through an acting page. Now it's a tarot page.
Period.
So like,
did you change the name on it or no?
No, it is still because I pay for tylermacomb.com.
Yeah.
When I want to and I'm ready to it, I can still keep that one, make a tmantaro.com and like link the two.
Yeah.
But like baby steps, I got a website. Like I'm proud about that.
No, that's it. It's just a great way to legitimize yourself and to feel like a solid thing. For a business license in the state of Florida, just to legitimize myself even further, and because I'm gonna have to pay taxes on my business as well. I
haven't done that yet.
Right.
And
a lot of it is learn as you go, and it's your need as needed. I blew up so fucking fast that I needed like to license myself. I needed to get the legitimate like dearmadamadam.com. You know, I needed to do those things.
Yeah.
So it's all based on the kind of the journey that you're on personally, but from the ground, from the bottom, share readings with people. I even thought about making content out of comments, you know, people asking me, cookies are here. Stand by. But I even thought about making content out of people asking comments in the chat on YouTube or on TikTok and making videos of individual free readings for people from the comments.
And that's how I've been thinking about expanding my content. You're not getting like me sitting is curated. Right?
Yeah.
But then the questions are authentic me in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, it's going to be a little different for everyone. You have to cater it towards you and your business. I have a hard time at conventions and events doing in-person readings where people just come up to me, they get the read, and then they're just like, okay, great, thanks, and they walk away. It feels weird to me that I didn't hand you something, there wasn't a physical exchange. Like, you handed me your credit card and I handed you the reading, you know what I'm saying? But it's just verbal. And I take photos with people and all of that. But that's why I started doing my one card readings, where that's where we start. So at a convention or an in-person reading I do, if you meet me in person, you come up to me, 1, 3, or 5 cards, you pick your card first. And then I pull the other cards around it. And then whatever card you pick, I flip it over, I sign it, you get to keep it as well. So there is a physical thing you get to take with you. So, but that's how I like to do it. But it's you're gonna have to figure out your own method of how you want to deliver your messages. People like something interactive, which is why I like the whole breathe and ask a question, magic 8-ball, the book of answers thing I do. And I'm seriously thinking about, like, off of a general reading, doing a couple of like comment answers for people, or starting up like a thread of videos where I'm like, hey, if you want to, I'm trying to change how I do this a little bit. If you want a quick read, put a question in the comments. There's going to be a trillion, but I can pick 1 or 2, and do a video about it.
There's a TikTok person that I like. He like buys all of the TikTok items, like, not a sponsorship, not anything. He pays them with his own money. And what he does is, like, in the comments below, tell me what item you want to
like review
next. Yeah. And he goes, it's going to be up for the next 24 hours. Yeah. And whatever one that I mark, he's like, I'll put a heart emoji. Like, he has something that's marked that says, like, I'm going to do this one. So like, you could, like, do the comments on this video for the next 24 hours. You can, and then, like, I will mark it and then do the video that way. When I do mine, right, I had to figure out mine. My takeaway, if you come to get a reading with me, is this lovely card.
Cute.
On the back of it, I have stickers of the tarot cards that I'll put exactly in the layout that is pulled. So you can take this with you. And then it
has your spread on it.
It has the spread on it. And then if you're like, oh my God, how do I get another reading? Well, QR code right on the back. Vistaprint. Like, I bought 250 of these and I've barely made a dent in them, and it didn't cost me much. Right. So
but the thing is, if you want people to take advantage of your service, you have to show them what you do in some aspect. So you have to kind of offer a freebie, right? You have to offer them a glass of milk without giving them the cow, So, the secret thing is really cool and something that I wouldn't do, but that's what he does,
Because the way
that's super cute.
And what I started is, my friends, when I was getting into this, they bought me for my birthday a daily tarot journal.
Cute.
And it came with stickers. So, like, I was already used to the sticker
you were already doing it. Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, I can tie this into.
I mean, I'm comfortable with people, because what they do is they normally take a photo of their spread. And
they do that too.
And they get to keep their center card, but, like, you're giving them the spread on the card. So they have a physical thing they can put on their altar. They can put it in their journal. See, it's whatever you want to do with it.
Oh, my one card, right? From you, the first time I got a reading.
Bookmark.
Is my fucking bookmark.
Perfection. Is my signature the same?
It's
a little faded.
It's
it's the
same. It's there.
It's there. Yes. So figure out your own method of how you want to do it. But you have to share what you do in some way so that people can see it. So find a way that you can deliver readings or show people your brand of tarot in a free way so that it generates traction and interest for what you do. I do quick little 60-second reads, and it makes people want to book private sessions or get a cameo. It just directs them to my website. So they need a place to find you. You need a legitimate process of processing payments, because if you do too much Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, they can flag that as like, oh, you're providing an unprovable service, flagged. No. So it's better if you have something legit. And online, maybe don't call yourself a tarot reader, for the sake of, like, monetary things. Life coach is a good phrase. Stuff like that call it entertainment as well. I need that screenshot, that picture you took at Namaste.
I was gonna say too, look into what your state has on record about tarot reading. I mean, I'm familiar with the thing, but I wonder if the chat is. But there's a girl on TikTok from Hanover, Pennsylvania, who's like getting harassed by the local police department because of an 1800s law about tarot reading that's still on the books. Like, it's entertainment. Purposes.
Spiritual consultant, that kind of thing. Oh,
that's cute.
Yeah. Where can they get a daily tarot diary?
So the first one that I started with was Ritual, is the company, but I have now made my own like journal itself, right? Because I do the Artist's Way pages. So I get up in the morning and I do my like recap of the day before and just like stream of consciousness, write, and then try to find through my writing, how did I connect to my daily card? And right, because the challenge that I have found is we get these cards and they're so big picture, right? Big and small, right? And sometimes the meanings are so out there, but like, how do you find them presently, day to day, right? What's the little picture, that dot moment of how can it ripple out into other meanings? But yeah, I kind of made my own once I kind of had done a tarot journaling thing for a year. Also, who was it having the business? Celebrate yourself, celebrate the little victories, and reward yourself. When you show up, reward it, because it's going to be like, speaking from personal experience, right? It's hard to see how far that I have come, right? But if you can celebrate the little things when you kind of look back and go, oh, I've actually really accomplished a lot, when you don't feel that you're getting it necessarily. Like, I'm struggling with like not getting the monetary value of what I'm putting out there, but I'm doing a hell of a lot of work. So like, reward yourself so that you don't start spiraling into depression about the whole thing, being like, I'm going to give up. This is not working. I'm giving up.
I mean, and now you're on your second Broadway con. So.
And now I'm on my second Broadway con.
So there's that.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here with Madam Adam.
Shut up.
So reward yourself, and have fun. Like, have fun with it.
Yes. What does somebody say? Madam Adam tarot deck must be made and created in the future. One day, I'm sure.
One step at a time, friends.
Book, please. My book is in the works.
Let's get the book first before we get the tarot deck, please.
Yeah, coming up very soon. Allegedly, if you Google my name, there might be a link to pre-order it, but I haven't announced that yet, so we'll just keep that there. We're gonna answer some text messages with the time that we have right now. Let's see. Dear Madam Adam, first I'd like to thank you for always being so kind and caring, I guess. Your readings are so incredibly helpful and inspiring. My husband and I and our 3 kids have been trying to buy a house for a year now, and we are struggling to keep up our spirits because it just hasn't happened for us yet. Could we do a general read just to give us some insight on what's to come and maybe why it's been so hard? Interesting. Well, 4 of Wands energy is what we're looking for.
Listen, first and foremost, as somebody who used to do real estate, please listen to your agent. Listen to your buyer's agent. They are there to help you. They should not be misguiding you, right? They are on your side.
They want your money, right? They want it.
But
they want to find you a house.
Here in New York City specifically, because that's where I was an agent, and that's what I can speak on about. A buyer's agent is completely on your side, and a buyer's agent here in New York City, you don't get paid by the buyer. The sellers pay the buyer's agent because it's in the contract. So trust your buyer's agent. They are on your side. They want the best for you and your family, first and foremost.
So what I've got is 7 of Cups energy, which I wonder, let me read this again. Trying to keep up our spirits because it hasn't happened for us yet. We've been trying to buy a house for a year now. We're struggling to keep up our spirits because it haven't happened for us yet. Okay, so why is it so hard? So are we maybe like being emotionally indecisive about this? Gotta take my meds.
Same.
Seven of Cups energy. So I wonder if maybe we're having a hard time picking the right thing for us emotionally. Maybe we're having a hard time making a decision or landing on something that feels good for us. Seven of Cups energy, though, is like all the options are good options. So it doesn't really matter what you choose, or because if you just want to buy a house, that's not specific. So maybe we're being specific in a way that hinders you more than helps you. So what I have for you is Knight of Cups energy as well, that this has been a slow and steady emotional journey. You're in your feelings about it, and we have to focus on the logic of it all, the Ace of Swords. So, and maybe these are questions that we should be asking our agents. Thank you.
But also too, you've been trying for a year. The market is always rough, right? It's not the right house, right? It's not like you're trying, you're ready for it. Obviously, your agent sees that you are qualified enough to be like going out and viewing apartments.
Nothing I have says there's anything specifically making it hard. So it's just a shitty time right now, I guess. The Moon of Mystery. Other people are taking them, maybe. Other people have better offers for things.
Yeah. So the Moon, right? So you're right.
That's a cute one.
That's a cute one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
This is a good ass deck. I need one of these.
Namaste Bookshop. Right? Are we looking at houses that aren't actually realistic for what you and your family need? You're giving into the illusion of the Moon. Like, what are you like? Are you actually looking at what you can actually afford, what your family actually needs, what's actually right for you, right? Are we wasting your time, the agent's time, the seller's time by looking at things that aren't actually what you actually need, right? We got the Hierophant. So what's the tradition here, right? Are we sticking to a status quo? Hierophant, I just think of Tevye tradition all the time. So like, where's that need to be for you, right? What lessons do you need to be learned? It's a struggle.
Or kind of like, what are the rules to this? You know what I'm saying? Like with there's kind of like rules. Do you
have the 5, 10, or 20% down that you have to put down for a house? Are you qualified for a mortgage? Do you have the funds in your account right now? Like, is your debt to income ratio not realistic to actually afford a house, right? That's things that your agent will be able to help you through with all of that. But like, again, listen to the details, right? Just because you want to get a new house doesn't mean that you can actually afford the new house, right? And 5 of Swords, conflict, right? There could be bidding wars. My friend Savannah, who is in real estate, who's one of my best friends, like, right? What's the interest rate doing? Are we starting to get into bidding wars? Like, what's the environment of this whole situation?
Pull one on that one. On the conflict one.
Another 5.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. Yeah,
it's not the only. It's a face-off.
Yeah, you're not the only people that want the things that you want. So it's not even. It's just Yeah, it's just other people want it more than you do. You know.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, I mean, buying property in general is really hard right now. You may see a turnaround after the election. That's true.
Yeah, a lot of
election years,
right? Oh, it's an election year, which that is one of the things that I learned in my brief stint in real estate is that election year is everyone freezes. Everyone's like, I don't know what's going to happen to my money.
Yeah.
So buyers aren't going to buy, sellers aren't going to sell. Like they're going to be a little tight on the purse strings because they don't know what the outcome is going to be. Was that a long one?
No, it's a couple different ones from someone else that wrote in. Thank you, by the way, for texting in. Let's see. Thomas, hi, Madam. My husband and I tried to see you at Namaste Bookshop, but we got there about 6 p.m. and you were already booked for the night. Have had so much happening the last 3 months. No, I was still taking people.
We stayed.
I was there till 9. Yeah.
They moved you even to the other store.
Yeah.
And we were there until half hour past they closed both locations.
Yeah.
So we were there
well
until
into
9.
it. So I'm so sorry if when you showed up, that was what we were saying. They must not have checked with me yet to see if I was still taking people. But yeah, no, feel free to write in for next week as well, because we're gonna wrap this up in a second. But let's see what this one says here. I want to do these are all really good questions. So let's see. Hello, my name is Yolan. I think that's right. Jolan. Yolan.
Cool.
How do you feel about the concept of all is one and one is all? For me, I get a comfort from knowing we all come from a single explosion of life that experiences itself subjectively. However, I know some folks struggle or disagree with the concept of a force that connects all things. Would love to hear your thoughts. Yes, no, I agree with you, but I think that the concept of all four, it's people normally say all for one and one for all. And I think that people nowadays are a little too self-centered to be able to embrace that kind of mindset of we all come from one thing. We're all one human race, that kind of idea.
Newsies popped in my head.
Yeah.
All for one and one for all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thoughts?
I've never heard that phrase before. So
all is one and one is all. I've always heard all for one and one for all.
Yeah.
Joe Lon. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I don't know. I think that I agree with you though, that I do feel like we're all connected on some way.
Yeah.
But
there's a thread, right?
Yeah.
And
we're all one thing. Alexa, play Seize the Day.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Careful. No, Alexa, stop.
You can do that at my house because mine doesn't do that. Mine is Ziggy. But yeah, no. The next question is, how do we feel about chaos magic?
I don't know much about it, but if I'm thinking about it's the person's energy, right?
Yeah.
So if that's what people are called to, if that's what people work with, right? Then that's what they work with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has their way of doing things. So if that resonates for them, that resonates for them, right?
I mean, to me, when I hear the phrase chaos magic, first of all, I think about Wanda shit, Marvel shit.
Yeah.
But second of all, I think about Moldavite, you know, and people that use that, which is a very aggressive, energied stone. That it's giving tower energy. You know?
I mean, I also just thought of chaos magic, the witch from Into the Woods, right? She sends everyone out. She's creating chaos.
Yeah.
With trying to get the curse reversed. But I don't know.
It has a kind of innately dark tone attached to it.
But if that's right, I know people who are just chaotic people. They thrive in chaos and mess, and the organized chaos of it all is what I'm resonating with too. And I'm well, if that's how they function, that's how they function.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So I don't know. I think it sounds a little buzzwordy to me. It sounds a little
twin flame.
Yeah, it sounds a little twin flame manifestation buzzword. So I don't know if I put a lot of stock into the validity of something like that. The next question is, same person. I use this deck called the Occult Tarot. I have that one. Yes. Let's see. Each card is based off of a devil or from the... Yes. How do you feel about tarot decks that don't stick to the traditional tarot format like this? Or do you use this deck? Or how would you use this deck? I have the deck. And it is one of my secret decks that I keep to myself that I don't share with other people. It's for me and my own personal deity work. Occult Tarot and Demon Tarot are the two that I have. But yeah, Occult Tarot has his demons, but it associates them to the various tarot cards. So on the top of the card, it says 5 of Wands, and it has a demon that's associated with what that symbolizes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really cute. It's fun.
I've seen kind of decks like that, but it's the angel and demon
esque
like they go together.
I find it very, so for me, I find that deck very educational, and it's kind of a good way to like remove a lot of stigma around like demons, you know? They're just like celestial figures that we know about, and, you know, depending on which way of the pendulum you swing, I guess the same way that I feel that, not feel that I know that like Satanists aren't like baby eating devil worshippers, you know? It's about free will.
They aren't?
No, they're not. I know. Shocking. That's why I signed up.
The Hollywood of it all.
but they, you know, it's the way that I feel about the devil card is that it's not bad, that it's about free will and willpower. And, you know, like, yeah, you're allowed to go and party, but live with your fucking hangover, right? Like suck a million dicks, but live with the STD. Like you have to go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you have to live with the repercussions of your actions.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing, right, when I was starting out and I was developing like my own connection with it, the devil card is Jacob Marley coming back to warn Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh yeah.
Like, hello.
Very good.
Like that was the first thing I thought of because of the chains.
Yep.
I was like, how do I know an image of chained like that?
Yeah.
And you're trying to break the chain of the things that are like causing you temptation, slacking, all of that. And I was like, oh, it's fucking Jacob Marley.
Yeah.
Like,
I've always associated it back to my own addictive personality and being a former addict, and like how that's, you know, evolved and changed now into me having, just knowing that I have an addictive personality, and I have to kind of get over my own bullshit to have my spiritual enlightenment that we all work on, you know, on the day to day. So no, I think that decks like that don't stick to the traditional, there's still 78 cards in that deck. So, but a tarot deck is a tarot deck, you know, 78 cards that should generally mean pretty much the same fucking thing across the board. It's just artwork that can change the hue or the tone or the accent or the way you might perceive the card, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why, like, we were talking last night by ourselves about, you know, trying to come up with some new content and things. And I've been thinking about doing different kinds of readings with playing cards, because that's something that I also know how to do. And I can do yes or no's and predict and do these things that people want me to do. Why? Because it's not tarot. Playing cards are not tarot cards. That's a different kind of divination. So I happen to be a big fan of cardomancy in general. I happen to be a professional at tarot, but playing cards is just something else that I happen to know how to do. So I love the devil card after learning about it from you. It's about consenting to consequences. Yes, ma'am, it is. Yes, it is. And the chains are the invisible feeling of have to, of obligation to the things that you don't have to. So yeah, we're going to call it there. There's a few more text messages and stuff like that, but that's what next week is for. And would love to have a reading next Sunday if possible. Had so much happening in the last 3 months and would like to see what the cards might say. Yeah, Thomas, there's no guarantee. Since the reads are free, we open it up to, you know, whatever I feel drawn to or feel like answering. And there's a lot of them that come through. So there's no guarantee, unfortunately, but you're always welcome to write in. Cameos are always available on the website, as well as private sessions if you would like to book. You can find all of my shit at dearmadamadam.com. And make sure you follow Tyler at T-Man Tarot, 2 N's, TMANN Tarot. And what else?
TylerMcComb.com is the website,
which I will put in the description as well after this live. But this was fun.
This is fun.
Yeah.
A taste of a possible podcast.
Yes, I think we should do this again.
Yeah.
I like having another body as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the live. Make sure you share and subscribe.
Yes, Mom. We will enjoy the cookies.
We will enjoy the cookies, mother. Thank you much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. And thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate you. Go follow Tyler and all their stuff. And thank you, Em. Yep. Put it in the chat.
Also, Em says, that's dangerous information.
I know.
Ziggy.
Now that she knows that Ziggy's the thing. Great. Great. Well, very much looking forward to traveling home tomorrow to see our dogs and everything. I'll probably be live throughout the week. But that being said, there's not going to be a Monday night live because I'll be traveling. But Tuesday
night.
This one.
Tuesday night, 8 p.m.
Eastern. Indeed. Well, thank you, friends. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you. Thank
Had
you
a great time. Absolutely. And we'll see you later. Bye, friends. Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.